Visit NYYNEWS/shop for officially licensed MLB merch.
I'ma cock my nine, mother. I'ma cock my nine.
Your Yankees fans, hit again with from NYYNEWS.com. Like those are looking to stop.
Execution.
New York Yankees fans, yet again, it is Felix from NYYNEWS.com. Like always, hola, ¿cómo estás? So, a lot of talk about when it comes to the Yankees, as we all know. The Yankees have been hit with the injury bug. A lot of people are out there concerned. Are the Yankees going to be AL East champs again? Can they do a repeat? Can they win the World Series? Well, talking about experience, because I am one of the OG Yankees fans, people born in my generation, and let's say before that, we have experience when it comes to situations like that. For an example, 2005, when the Yankees were experiencing just that, the Yankees were struck with the injury bug as well. And two players come to mind, Ching-Ming Wang and Robinson Cano. And the reason I bring that up is because they became superstars, really unknown players, really not hyped up to be, let's say, the Yankees' top prospects. Maybe you could argue maybe a Robinson Cano, but nobody saw Ching-Ming Wang coming. Or maybe not, if I can recall, both of them weren't on the radar. So when it comes to talking about these two players and what's happening with the Yankee situation right now, do not be concerned. When you're talking about the bright lights of New York City, the Yankees, take Aaron Judge as another example, coming out of nowhere and becoming a mega superstar. I believe this is going to happen with the New York Yankees. I believe the Yankees still have a shot to be up there in the AL East and basically still win the division. Again, going back to Aaron Judge, came out of nowhere, wasn't touted as a top 10 prospect, maybe 12th or 14th if I could recall. And we all know the story behind that. So long story put short, don't let the injuries of Garrett Cole get to you. Luis Hill, Yankees rotation looking dire right now. Losing the Rookie of the Year, losing the Cy Young Award winner in Garrett Cole. Do not let it get to you. There's going to be players coming out of nowhere, putting on those pinstripes, and they are going to perform. It happens time and time again, and I am going to be confident in that. So, who's going to be the Yankees' ace? Is it going to be... Are we going to see players like Carlos Rodon become the Yankees' ace? The new addition to the Yankees, Max Fried. Is he going to be the Yankees' ace? We have so many options. The dark horse, Marcus Stroman, who the Yankees were trying to get rid of all offseason. Is he going to step up to the plate? I believe so as well. Then you have your Clark Schmidts, your possibles like Will Warren. who's that other guy, the journeyman that used to be a Cleveland Indian and a Met, Carlos Carrasco. You know, so many names out there to name, and Yankees are looking for options in the trade market as well. Don't have his name in front of my face, but if I have it, I will supply it to you. But long story put short, don't even worry about it when it comes to the New York Yankees and how basically a no-name could become a superstar. Oh, yeah, there's his name, Eric Feed, however you want to pronounce it. Yankees looking at him as a trade possibility, and who knows, maybe he might come with a Nolan Arenado, my boy. Yankees in desperation for a dirt baseman as well, makes sense to trade with the Cardinals. And also, talking about Carlos Rodon, is him growing a beard or possibly growing a beard going to give him superhuman strength? Who knows? But I have some news for you guys. It looks like these Yankees are still following Georgia's tradition, as a lot of players are still freshly shaven. I like to see that, by the way, following the boss's traditions. Gotta love it. So with that being said, let's get to some voicemails. Let's make this podcast entertaining on NYY News Execution, which I will come on for a fact every week to break down the latest Yankees news, what has been going on with the Yankees, etc. Let's get into these voice messages. Who do we have here?
Yes, it is I, the one and only Hans Hansberger, reporting live
Hans.
or pre-recorded from New York City. Looking fabulous, my old friend. You got Zoolander written all over you.
I don't think Ben Stiller's going to be happy about that.
Hans Hansberger knows a thing or two when it comes to the it factor.
Thank you, Hans. So what's up? How you been, man?
As of now, I am doing fabulous. I am doing more than excellent. I had a little bit of a rough past few months.
Oh, man, sorry
I
to
was
hear that.
contemplating moving back to Germany. Berlin, Germany, to be exact.
Berlin.
I was inspired by Rosie O'Donnell
Rosie
when I heard
O'Donnell.
she was moved out to the United States due to an angry man back in the White House. But then I started to think. I had confidence in myself again, and I said, I'm Hans Hansberger. I run New York City.
You sure do,
I
man.
am the man when it comes to fashion. All the
Sure.
celebrities, all the newspapers, all the gossip tabloids talk about Hans Hansberger.
Correct.
And you know who is my number one client?
Who, Hans?
Marcus Stroman.
He does have
And a
that.
few other New York Yankees who wish to remain anonymous.
I can see that. You're kind of a special man.
Thank you for taking my call, Felix. This has been Hans Hansberger. I'm out.
Wow, Hans Hansberger, the Hans Hansberger showing love. If you guys don't know, Hans Hansberger has been a supporter of NYYNEWS for quite some time now. If you've been following the Hola Como Estas podcast for about 4 years, routine caller, always showing love. Shout out to Hans Hansberger. Very, very interesting guy. Let's get into some more voicemails. Oh my God. I kind of recognize this area code right here.
You know who this is. Come on. Guess it?
Hubbard.
All right, by now. Okay. Hubbard J.
There we go.
Smith.
The legend himself.
My good old pal. NYYNEWS. news, Felix. You see, I was disappeared, similar to you, ever since you got whacked off of NYYNewsTV.com, .net, .world wide web. I've been out of a job. But then I heard Felix was back in town, and I said, oh yeah, it's time to activate. It's time for Hubbard J. Smith to call my old friend. How about them damn Yankees, man?
How about them?
They getting injured all over the place. You got this guy tearing a bicep, the other guy having stage 10 arthritis, the other guy who knows what he has. These damn Yankees are in some deep horse manure.
Who knows, man?
Anyways,
Who knows?
I got my new AR-15 3569 here. Anytime you want to go to the range, or anytime you want to go to the backyard and shoot some flying ducks, or some armadillos, I'm here for you, buddy. Great having me on, and thank you, Hubbard Smith.
Oh my God. So many great callers. Another regular, Hubbard Smith. We're getting these back to back. Amazing. Yankees fans, going back to Ching-Ming Wang and that story about Robinson Cano, just an example of Yankees, unknown Yankees just stepping it up, becoming basically superstars, fan favorites in New York. That's what I think is going to happen with the Yankees. You're going to see maybe a player currently not on the radar that's going to contribute, and they're going to contribute big. And you could make more examples of those kinds of players as well, like, you know, your Luke Voits, your Mike Troutmans, these players that Brian Cashman has went out and got and has contributed to the Yankees, and nobody saw it coming. Here you can see Ching-Ming Wang debut with the Yankees 2005. And, you know, he became an instant classic following season. Look at that, 19-6. The great, he came in second in Cy Young Award, too. You know, just these kinds of players that, if I were you Yankees fans out there, I wouldn't be concerned about anything. Like I said, once you put on those pinstripes, once you're in New York, the pressure, you know, the aura of playing here, it just brings you to the next level. Let's get into some other news. Jason Dominguez is obviously going to make this roster. The positive of having that fraud, Juan Soto, who came out and said that other teams offered him more than the Mets did, that's bullshit. He's starting to realize that being on the Mets isn't the same as being on the New York Yankees, especially in his home country of the Dominican Republic. As you guys know, my family's Dominican, and nobody's rocking with the Mets out there. Maybe you'll find a few Mets jerseys, but everybody out there knows that the New York Yankees are the premier team, basically in America, to be honest, but the premier team in New York. And when you're out there, they're rocking the NY fitted. You're not going to see that many New York Mets hats because, you know, it doesn't have that swagger to it like the NY insignia has, or insignia, whatever. I just got my words trampled there, mixing my Spanish and my English. So again, Spencer Jones, another name out there. Let's see. Injury updates: Giancarlo Stanton, DJ LeMahieu, emerging prospect Spencer Jones. By the way, I wanted to mention this. This dude looks like a ball player. I am more excited about this player than I ever was of Anthony Volpe. I'm talking about George Lombard Jr., who looks like a damn ball player. That's a guy that you look at and say, this guy is a ball player. And he has the When I saw him in the box, I think he has 2 home runs by now in spring training or something like that. This guy has a sweet swing, and he just looks like a complete ball player. So I'm excited about that guy's future. Rotation depth, we all know Luis Hill out. Marcus Stroman is going in there. You got guys like Will Warren, Yandres Gomez, etc. They're turning heads in spring. And another guy to talk about from Puerto Rico, who was on the Puerto Rican WBC team. Shout out to all my Puerto Rican friends, by the way. JC Estrada, or if I'm pronouncing his name now, Escada, JC Escada. He is a dark horse to, not maybe a dark horse, he's possibly going to make this team as well. Then you have your Everson Pereiras, you got your Oswald Perazzas, etc. in the mix. You know, like I said, it's just one of those situations where one of these guys that you least expected are going to contribute semi to the player that you lost, or even better than the player that you lost. Obviously, Garrett Cole's not irreplaceable, but when you talk about Luis Hill, DJ LeMahieu, etc., you know, it's just a fact that Yankees are going to find a way to replace these guys. So, talking about all of this and, you know, the Yankee spring, not a lot of talk about the Yankees haven't done anything besides the last move that they did with Paul Goldschmidt. We might see, like I said, we might see a trade possibly go down with the St. Louis Cardinals, with the Yankees getting 2 players in return. And those 2 players, like I said in the beginning, Nolan Arenado and what's this guy's name again? Eric Feed. So there you have it. If I left something out, let's see. Let's go over my notes again. Let's browse Google real quick. Just do it live like that. Yeah, we all know about. See, the Yankees have. There isn't really Yankees news, as these articles are days old already. Yankees still exploring market for right-handed bats. Nolan Arenado. Yankees young first baseman. Oh yeah, by the way, Ben Rice as well. Sweet swing. I forgot to mention him. Mentioned Oswald Peraza too. Oswald Peraza working without a safety net as he tries to make Yankees. New York Yankees roster prediction sees top prospect join rotation over veteran, and that is Will Warren. Clark Schmidt, another player that I mentioned. Yankees cut 2 top prospects who stood out in spring. Who's gone? Really? And I mentioned him. Wow. This guy fell off a cliff. Everson Pereira. Interesting. Like I said, folks, Yankees are going to find a way to be the New York Yankees, and I like the way they are moving. Like I said, the beard ban, you can grow a beard now, and these Yankees are saying we are still following tradition, and I'm pretty sure when the dog days of summer come along, you know, they're going to grow their beards out and stuff like that. But I like it. I like the look. I like the Yankees, how they're carrying themselves in that situation. And, hey, if you like beards, that's on you. But I am a George Steinbrenner guy, and I believe in his legacy, and I believe the way that he carried himself and carried the Yankees is the way. Any separation from the boss means destruction. The way the Yankees have been operating as well. We've all seen it. walking away from the ways of George Steinbrenner hasn't worked. And it doesn't mean about the beards and all that stuff. It's just, just makes the Yankees unique, especially when they have put patches on their jersey and have a big old Nike check mark on it. So, Yankees fans, this has been it for NYY News Execution, or let's say it with more charisma. This has been NYY News Felix for NYY News Execution, the executioner of execution. And I will check you out. By the way, check out NYY News Shop, nyy.news/shop. Get merch officially licensed from MLB. No fake stuff, no Fugazi stuff, all authentic. And I will check you out next time for the next execution every week.
What I want.